Jo-Ann Fabrics used to employ a cashier who thought it would be a great idea to bully a 7-year-old child. Not kidding. Now, luckily, that employee is no longer able to bully 7-year-olds, but unfortunately, it took one terrible situation that was publicized through TikTok for the company to finally take some action. Now, this involves a woman by the name of Piper Phillips, who went to Jo-Ann Fabrics with her 7-year-old son, who also happens to be autistic. And her son apparently likes to wear dresses. A year ago, he decided, like, dresses look interesting, I wanna wear dresses. And so his mother's accepting. His mother's like, you wanna wear dresses? Wear dresses. There was a time in this world where women couldn't wear pants. Like, that was frowned upon. So, I mean, him wanting to wear dresses doesn't say anything about him at this moment other than he wants to wear dresses. And so that's it. And here's what's important to remember as I give you the details of this story. Everyone should mind their own business, okay? You're not the parent, so shut up. For anyone who feels the need to chime in on someone else's parenting, as long as there isn't abuse happening, shut up. And in this case, seems like Piper Phillips is a wonderful mom. Now, with that said, let me set this up for you and then we'll go to a video that Phillips had posted on TikTok. So they go to the store, they wanna buy fabric to make a dress to cheer up her 7-year-old son. He had been bullied at school, and so she wanted to cheer him up and they would make a dress together, okay? At the store, Phillips and her son picked up a Spider-Man patterned fabric. At the counter, the employee asked Phillips' son what he was making, to which he responded, a Spider-Man dress. And here's what happened next. Let's watch the video.
So I give her the fabric and I say, I need 3/4 of a yard. And she asks the dreaded question, what are you making? And my son goes on to tell her that we're making a dress, a Spider-Man dress. She acts confused and ignores my request to cut the fabric. She says, oh, do you mean you're making a shirt and some pants? And he says, no, we're making a dress. And she says, oh, is it a costume? And we both say, no, it's not a costume, it's a dress. Now at this point, I know exactly what's going on. I look her in the eyes and I say, please just cut our fabric. And she looks at me and she goes, he can't wear a dress. And then she looks at him and says, dresses are for girls. Now my blood is boiling. I say, you need to stop talking to my son, stop talking to me, and just cut our fabric, please.
So there's also a little bit of background with this cashier at Jo-Ann Fabrics. So Piper used to work as a shift manager at the same store. And she had all sorts of issues with this woman because she would constantly preach, proselytize to other employees about what's moral, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, which can get kind of annoying. I mean, work is annoying enough, especially work where you have to deal with customers. It's even more annoying when you have a unbearable coworker who's constantly judging you and your life decisions. And so that TikTok video went viral, and eventually Jo-Ann Fabrics took action and they decided to fire the cashier. And normally, like, look, I don't celebrate people losing their livelihoods, right? And so if it was this one issue, I would maybe be on the fence about her getting fired. But reading about her history at that place and how she constantly harasses other workers there with her personal religious beliefs and moral beliefs, no, you can't have that. That's not okay. John.
I mean, that's like, as it went on, it's just mad. Like, so your job is to cut fabric and you think that you're somehow a priest. Does she think that she works at Hobby Lobby? Because that's giving off more Hobby Lobby vibes.
It really
than
does,
Jo-Ann Fabric.
it really does.
Your job is to cut the damn fabric. Aside from that, you're not my parent, you're not my psychologist, you're not my priest, not interested in your opinion, pretty much anything. And that goes for, like, if I go outside, don't talk to me.
Yes!
There's no reason to talk to anyone, basically ever. You said don't talk to someone about their kid.
Yeah.
I would also say if you're a parent, don't talk to your kid, just leave them alone. If you're a kid, definitely don't talk. Nobody should be talking anymore because it only causes problems. But
you're not letting me savor the most accurate thing you've ever said, which is when I go outside, don't talk to me.
Yeah, no, you can talk to me. I'm fine. But don't talk to me about what I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, totally. No one wants.
I don't care. I'll come up with that
interested
myself.
in your scolding.
Yeah, no, you're not. Your job is not to scold, and that's why, like you said, if it was just this one thing, but like this one thing can't be just this one thing. If you think it's your role to tell a kid what they should be doing in front of their parent, you're insane. Like that's mad. You are so fundamentally antisocial. And more important than that, this isn't an issue of this one person at Joann Fabrics, which by the way, I like Joann Fabrics. I make craft stuff. I have fabric cuts sometimes, and thankfully I've never been judged. I guess I was wearing the right thing.
Not vocally.
Yeah, that's probably true, actually. I think you've nailed it. But anyway, look, this is why I have been so mad for so long about the people who pushed or allowed for narratives around libs being easily triggered and libs doing cancel culture and political correctness. They do this year after year after year, and where are we as a society? We're as a society surrounded by conservatives that fall to pieces if they see a black mermaid or a kid with a Spider-Man dress. It's not even their life. You don't have to go to that movie and you don't have to wear that dress, and yet they lose their minds. Meanwhile, they're banning thousands of books that you aren't allowed to read because there's naughty words in them. And this is the tail end of decades of Bill Maher telling us we're too censorious and we're too sensitive and you're all snowflakes and you all need a safe space, and people allowed that. They encouraged that. Meanwhile, the true snowflakes, the aggressive Karen-y snowflakes who want to control what you and your family are doing, there's no narrative construct for what they're doing. They're just being free conservatives or whatever, because cancel culture, snowflakes, that's all lib stuff, okay? And that's why socially we should have never allowed that narrative to proceed.
I want to share the perspective of our member, Naughtiest Maximus, and you can be a member too, tyt.com/join to become one, or if you're watching us on YouTube, you can click the join button. Naughtiest Maximus says this: "Oh, as a parent of a boy with autism, this truly grinds my gears. I can't tell you the number of times that my wife or I had some stranger say, if that were my son, I would have already spanked him, when he was having an emotional issue that had him stuck in a difficult to get out of mental loop. I can tell you that it is about the same number of times my wife said, don't throat punch that jerk woman or man. Don't use violence.
Don't throat punch anyone, please. Exactly. Don't punch people who interfere in your life and stuff. Don't throat punch anyone.
Look, I don't have children, but I can definitely understand how infuriating it is for others to weigh in on your parenting, because at the end of the day, no one knows your child better than you do. And it's your responsibility to raise a child. It's not their responsibility, and you didn't solicit their opinion.
And what if you were walking Charlie and someone was like, why is your dog wearing a pink collar? That's a boy dog. Don't put your boy dog in a pink collar. Oh my God, can you imagine the throw punches that would be thrown?
I don't put Charlie in a pink collar. I'm not against it, but like anything. Like I remember when the pandemic, the pandemic is still going on, but when it was at a point where hospitals were full to the brim, where the number of deaths were even higher than they are now, I wore a mask. I don't remember why I was wearing a mask outside. I think the reason why I was wearing a mask outside was because there were a few people in our neighborhood who were super scared, and like, if they saw you weren't wearing a mask, they would ask you to wear a mask. And I really
want to avoid it.
I can't emphasize this enough. I want to do anything that's necessary to avoid having to talk to people, right? I just want to walk my dog, and especially having to talk to people in my neighborhood. Like, it's the worst. So anyway, I wear the mask. I'm like, I know that this doesn't make sense. We're outdoors and I don't get close to anybody, but whatever, I'll wear it because I don't want anyone to address me. But guess what happened that day? 2 elderly women were walking, they're about to pass me, and one of them made a comment about me wearing a mask. Like, why are you wearing that mask or something? And since what I was trying to avoid ended up happening anyway, I just told her to shut the F up.
Now it's on.
Like, I just shut the F up and I just kept walking. Get to pushing, like, why do you care?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't understand this need to solicit, or not to solicit, to provide unsolicited advice. Don't do it, just don't do it.
Scream your thoughts into a pillow. Maybe the pillow will care. I can guarantee I won't. So just save yourself the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, can I tell you how much I want to just occasionally start wearing dresses? Just because I know
they're so comfortable.
Freak them out.
Oh.
Well, I guess.
That too, I guess.
But like, can you imagine Charlie Kirk,
Guys,
Ben Shapiro? They will lose their minds.
Dresses might be the only thing that were given to women that gives us an upper hand over you guys.
Well, let's be clear. We're given to women in this time, in this country. In other countries right now, men wear dresses. In other times in these countries, men wore dresses. It's just cloth draped over the flesh bag that is your body. That's all it is. It means nothing. It has no inherent anything to it. It's just cloth. That's all it is. It doesn't mean anything.
It means everything though. Okay, let me talk about dresses and the magic of dresses. You don't have to pick 2 different articles of clothing. It's just one.
That sounds cool.
You put it on, you're done. One and done. You're feeling a little bloated. You got a little bit of a lower belly pooch situation going on. You ate a little too much at dinner the night before. That's all right. You find a dress that's cinched at the waist, but kind of comes out, little fit and flare action. It hides that pooch. It hides that pooch and you feel sexy as hell.
My God.
The dress is the best article of clothing. I own endless dresses. I own maybe 2 pairs of pants. I'm not even kidding. Like,
I don't
hate
often see you in
pants.
pants. First of all, to the guys, okay, you don't need to wear a dress to get the one and done thing. You can Winnie the Pooh it, put on a t-shirt, out the door. That's all you need. And if anybody says anything to you, say, stop getting in my business. I'm comfortable and very cool, actually.